When I sew with a computerized sewing machine like the Singer CE677, I like the fact that when the machine stops, the needle is either in the highest position or it is down in my fabric. And there are two ways to do it on this model. This button here, right at the top with the needle and the two arrows, allows you to just touch the button quickly and the needle will sink into the fabric. It's just a one-time use. So sometimes I've been known to also push it for the needle to come out of the fabric and come all the way up. So it's kind of like a half of a stitch right at your fingertip. So why would I want to stop with the needle in my fabric on a regular basis? First, let me show you where you do it. Over here on screen, you see that darker part of that same symbol, the needle, and right now the arrow is pointing up. On the machine at this point is where we can change it kind of more permanently. So as I touch it, that little picture changes, so now the arrow is pointing down. Watch when I sew. Now the needle always stops in the fabric every time I stop sewing. So this is good if you're turning a corner, which obviously is super easy. If you're working with your some stretchy fabric and you need to almost like let the fabric relax a little bit, this is a great time to kind of lift up the presser foot, readjust, lower it down, take a few stitches, lift it up, adjust, and that way it kind of eases into a flatter finish as you sew, usually like with stretchy fabrics. The other reason I like to stop with the needle in the down position is if I'm working on something really bulky, something heavy. So every time I stop, I'm having to kind of move the fabric and position it into the next little part I'm going to be sewing. By having the needle sunk into the fabric, I'm guaranteed that my fabric isn't going to get pulled or shifted because of the weight off where I am, which could happen if that needle was in the highest position. So that is another benefit. I am a fan of that. And then when I get to the end of my fabric, what I'll do is just touch the needle up button and up comes the needle and I can take my fabric out. But wait, there's one more thing. On your foot control, at the top where your toe is, a quick tap of your foot will take a half a stitch. Now you have to tap it pretty quick and it's just at the top. But when you get the hang of it, you are doing the same thing that this button is doing by you touching it. So you can do it here or with your toe and get exactly the precision that you need until you get right to where you need to finish sewing. So utilize that feature. Try to avoid doing the hand turning. You don't have to do that. That tends to lead to people not completing the stitch, where the needle up and down definitely finishes the stitch. So when you take it out and you start again, you don't have any troubles with those threads coming kind of pulled out of the needle or actually getting balled up. It's all where it needs to be from the very first stitch. So I hope these tutorials are starting to help you become a better sewer. Your machine and you are going to be best friends, and we have a ton more videos for you to check out so you can master the Singer CE677 or a machine that is similar to this particular model.